NFC East are your boy Blake Zender's Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles picked up A.J. Brown in the draft, so you can add that into your draft grade if you want. But what is their draft grade, Wyatt?
I would say this was the best draft in the NFC East. And I obviously they didn't draft A.J. Brown, but them sending the picks to get him was essentially them drafting him. So I'm going to count him in it. I'm going to count him in it. So, and really all they gave up for a 26-year-old stud who has nothing but up potential from here. And all they gave up was a mid-first rounder and a late third. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And they got and they got a guy who has already proven himself in the league. You already know he's going to play well. He's best friends with your quarterback. The chemistry's there. So that alone right there was a huge move for the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles went into draft night. Before draft night, they went into it as I would say, maybe a last playoff spot contender. Like they maybe make the playoffs next year. After this draft, I think they've got a shot at doing something special. Like wow. NFC Championship level special, possibly. They got the wide receiver now. It's really going to be all up to how Jalen Hurts plays. And Jalen Hurts has got the reins on this. So looking at their draft, though, other than A.J. Brown that they had picked up and acquired for this team, number 13 overall, they got Jordan Davis, North tackle, defensive tackle out of Georgia. A one-man wrecking ball. I mean, he's 6'9", almost 400 pounds, and runs a sub 4.7 40, something like that. I mean, this is a refrigerator that runs 20 mile an hour. That's what this is. Jordan Davis is that guy. You don't want to get hit by that guy. He is going to pair up with Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. And I mean, and they've already got TJ Edwards, who really came out of his shell last year and played extremely well. So Jordan Davis is a huge addition for this team. They did great with the first round. And really, I mean, I was just impressed with what they did on draft night 1. And I'm like, okay, how can they top this? And they did. Day 2, they get Cam Jurgens, who was a possible first round guy, and they got him in the second round, not even at the beginning of the second round. They got him at pick 51. That is late first round. That's their pick. They were, what were they? They were 20 something. I don't know what it was, but that's a late second round pick. That's not in the 30s. That's not in the 40s. That's in the 50s. Like that's a almost end of second round pick. And they got a day 1 guy, in my opinion. I really liked Cam Jurgens, and I thought he could have gone with Taylor Linderbaum in that first round. So right off the bat, already hitting out of the park again for day 2. So let's look at the next pick for day 2. Oh, that's right. It's first round linebacker Nakobe Dean. They got 3 first round guys: Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, and Nakobe Dean in the first, second, and third round. Bang, bang, bang. Huge explosions. It was incredible. Now, Nakobe Dean fell so far. A lot of people after the draft were like, why did Malik Willis and Nakobe Dean fall so far? Well, Malik Willis, it came out that all 32 scouts had consensusly agreed that just he wasn't their guy. So that right off the bat made him fall. Now, Nakobe Dean fell for a different reason. Nakobe Dean is extremely talented, should have went in the first round, but he didn't. The reason why is he had some kind of a pectoral tear, and I'm not sure what the details on that are, but he had some kind of a pectoral tear, and he was refusing to get surgery. So a lot of people are like, oh, I'm not drafting a guy like that, that's, already we're, having issues from him on keeping his body healthy. And while I agree with that, you can't spend a first round pick on a guy who won't just go, fix his body if he's going to play a contact sport like football. But you know what you can do? You can take a first-round guy who's injury-prone in the third round. You can definitely do that. That's okay. And Nakobe Dean is going to be huge for this defense. He is another guy who can come off the edge. You can put him in coverage. He can cover running backs. He can cover tight ends. He can, like I say, he can blitz off the edge. He can be a run stopper. I mean, he can pass rush. Nakobe Dean, like I said, is a first-round guy. I mean, he is a first. He could be. We could look back in 5 or so years and say Nakobe Dean is the best linebacker in this draft. That is a real chance possibility. Nakobe Dean has the skill set for that, and they got him in the third round, and that is huge. And then the 6th round picks of Kyron Johnson and Grant. I cannot say his last name. Calcaterra. They got a linebacker, once again, just adding to that defensive depth, and then a tight end in Grant Calcaterra to add to the tight end room because they lost Zach Ertz last year, so they needed to add something there, even though they've already got Dallas Goedert. So with that being said, Philly had one of the most impressive draft. I don't want to say drafts because then I can't really throw A.J. Brown into it. They had one of the most impressive draft processes. We'll just say that. From Thursday until Saturday, they had impressed me every single day. Every single day I thought, oh, how can they improve this? And they did. Every single day they did something better than maybe not something better, but they did something as incredible as they did the day before. So with that being said, I can't give the Philadelphia Eagles anything less than an A, and I think that they possibly deserve an A+, but I wasn't huge to jump on the 2 6th-round picks. So for that reason, I won't give them the A+, but I will for sure, for certain, give them the closest thing to an A+ and an A. Let's say if an A+ is a 9.7 draft grade, they got a 9.6. Like it was right there on that, riding that line. So yeah, I was really impressed by this draft, and I'll say my best pick for them. God, that's tough because all three, Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, and Nakobe Dean, all have real potential to be the best pick in this draft. But with that being said, I have been taking too many first-round guys, so I'm immediately going to eliminate Jordan Davis, even though I think he could be a staple of Philadelphia sports for years to come. Cam Jurgens was a great addition, a first-round guy in my opinion. But Nakobe Dean being a surefire first-round linebacker that fell to the third round and they still were able to snag him, I'll take third-rounder Nakobe Dean as the best pick for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I will give them an A on their draft grading. And like I said, if a 9.7 is an A+, I give them a 9.6. I mean, they are as close as they can get to an A+ without being on that line.